right? So we're dealing with you know what I'm saying? We're dealing with the bean Mother Hoover.
Oh, this being what?
The bird beings are part of the higher science, which is why in our Native American culture, we represent birds as spirits. Even in the Egyptian culture, we represent birds and different animals as spirits. Because certain beings, like the bird people are old people, then like the reptilians were drafted out of those beings. Right? A certain groups of them. Right? The bird people. Hey yo, and they put these people in damn Sesame Street, right? Big Bird in Sesame Street is dealing around these beings called the Canarians, who are new created to counteract the measure of the insects war against the Pegasus. Okay? Like they say, some beings came on the scene and said that we come from the center star. The center of this galaxy, right? And I said that's not true because we left Pegasus and landed on the out. When you go to a place, do you go to land on the center first or do you land on the outskirts first? I said if you go to Atlanta, you're gonna hit the outskirts of Atlanta first. Then you're gonna go into the Atlanta. Alright, so when we got to this galaxy, if we on the outskirts, Earth, or what you call Earth now, which a long time ago was called Tiamat, going back to Key. Which was why they call the people who came down Anarchy, right? Beings who were sent down by Anu to Key, right? And the name of the planet was Key, right? And like I said, but we came here from Pegasus, landed on the outskirts, which is where Earth is at. Earth is on the outskirts.
You say who are you talking about?
We. The Galactic, the family of the Rizians. But prior to Bill and Riz, this was prior to Bill and Riz. When we came here, prior to Bill and Riz. You know what I'm saying? It's prior to Bill and Riz, prior to the latest election. Prior to all that, it was a war in Pegasus that took place with us, the humanoid beings. Only 4 planets in this solar system. The other ones were either pulled here or created. See what I'm saying? Cause we can tow planets. We got ships that can tow planets. Like you know how you see a tow truck bag up to a car, hook it up and pull it. Well, we got ships that can tow planets, and we got ships that can tow other ships. Then we got tow truck. People got their own tow truck companies up in the heavens, right? The way they tow your ship, the person's ship break down, they can call for a tow truck. They ship will pull up and tow their ship all the way back to to the mechanic, so the mechanic can see what's going on and fix it. The same thing as it is above, man, so is it below. So these beings tow their ship, but then we got beings that can tow planets, ships that can tow planets and park them into orbit, right? And some of the planets in some solar system were taken and parked there, towed there from another solar system and parked there, right? I'm telling you. And then some of the planets, once they got parked there, they were remodeled. Like you say, you get a house, you move in it, then you remodel it, right? You paint it, you know. You put more, add more effects, or add more things to it, you know. That's the same thing that they do in the heavens. They tow that planet right there. Then we remodel that planet, fix it up real nice, and then beings move in. Because some people are paying rent. Some people paying rent in the galaxy, man. Because it's people that own planets. It's people that own planets, and beings are paying these beings a certain type of rent. In a sense, in a sort of sense. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's going down, man. I'm opening y'all minds to what's going on when you talk about heaven, because the white man want to dumb us down. You know what I'm saying? And keep us dumb. And they don't want to tell you nothing about what's going on down up in there. Because he really don't know. He guessing, he trying to figure out, he going over to Mars. Some people over to Mars, they came up missing. Right? Right? Because you try to send a colony to Mars, but now that colony became baloney.
All those people who Earth?
No, man, those people are the people on Mars, like Elijah Muhammad told you. If you go back and get that Galactic intro, go back and get that Galactic Family of Life Part 5 featuring Elijah Muhammad. And Elijah Muhammad told you these beings are humanoid looking beings who walk upright, But it's other beings that live on Mars too. Because these beings that Elijah Muhammad talked about live on the center of the planet. But these other beings like the insect type beings and the lizard type beings that live on Mars, right? It's a different type of thing. So they go on there, and the reptilians that live there, and another the Ant-Man beings who occupy, and the Greys. So all you got about we got about 6 or 7 different races, trying to mess with this planet. And plus 2, there's laboratories that were found, and faces that were found, and pyramids that were found on Mars.
I can see how man knows so much knowledge, like about the Earth and already what they know about space. It's like somebody from above had to come below to give you the information.
Exactly.
Or reveals some wisdom to you.
Exactly. So yeah. So that's how it's going down, We tow moons. You got your own tow truck company in the heavens. You know what I'm saying? You can buy let's say you go up there, you say you got a little bit of clout, right? Cause gold is a galactical currency, man. Like money, you know what I'm saying? Gold is a galactical currency. So you can lose gold and diamonds is galactical currency, and that's what the white man know. That's what the Jews know, and that's why they got all them diamonds and gold hid up in Switzerland underground and them safes and shit.
That's why we need to invest in gold.
Because gold is the galactical currency. Gold, man, look. That's why they hiding. That's why they stealing all them diamonds, and they got way more diamonds than they trying to sell you. They got the price high, but they got a whole bunch of diamonds because they done already dug in Africa. But they'll never be able to get all the gold out of and diamonds out of Africa. It'll take them millions of years just to dig it up. That's how much is over there. Gold and diamonds. But they got a whole bunch right now underground in Switzerland because they know that this is a galactical currency, man. Because we build ships. And we build ships out of gold and silver. We build planets out of this material. And this is why we came here to this planet, and that was part of Project Blue Rock, to come here and retrieve the gold, because your planet been remodeled 3 and 4 to 5 times. Because it's been damaged, you know what I'm saying? But the gold was what we came here for. And we about to get into that, because it's right here called Project Blue Rock. The Riz and the Ilion star system are new created with the highest mathematical skills, man. You gotta understand what we're going down here. You gotta understand red, yellow, and blue is the primary colors, right? And from these you can generate all colors, right? So this played a part in our hologramic system. Well, we can generate anything we want based on, because we got the 3 basic colors. We can generate any color we want, any thing that we want based on these 3 suns, man. New mathematical skills, man. It's hard, man. It's hard to explain it to you, really. But it's far more complicated than I can explain to you, right?
Wow, this is information like no other.
I'm telling you, man, it's far more that I can explain to you. The question is, what is Riz? Riz is a planet that was created out of solid quartz crystal. And like I say, we had the hologramic stuff that become like different type of hologram. You see what I'm saying? Like the hologram, like I said, like we can hologram this house, right? And then I can clone this house and put it on, and I can go into the computer system on Riz and just put this house right there on Riz, or anybody's house. I can clone anybody's house on this planet, and then just clone it right there and put it on Riz, right? But we lived in these.
Can we do that on Earth?
But your technology is not that advanced yet. The technology on Riz is far more advanced than Earth. You know what I'm saying? But we prefer to we have these Zataracts, what they call Zataracts, right? These We got pyramid. We like the pyramid structures, style buildings, right? You know what I'm saying? So we're going in. So the Most High wanted to create a different type of beings to beautify his kingdom, and these beings, the being Anu, stood on the scene and took the mammal being, right? Because he wanted to beautify and create what you call today a pet, or a being who would be the spiritual beings at first, be spiritual beings and hold a spiritual wisdom that Anu would teach them. And these beings he created were called felines, right? The feline beings. These are extraterrestrial beings who are lions and tigers who walk upright, who are humanoid tiger beings. And these beings were created through crossbreeding a certain breed of reptilians and a certain breed of mammals, right? And these beings occupy what you call the Leo star system right now. And these beings, right, are spiritual beings, and they are a part of, right, the Galactic family of life, and a part of Project Blue Rock. And these beings family are here right now, right on Earth, located in Africa, right? The lions, the tigers, the panther, give me some more cats, the leopard, right? If you look at the cat eyes, the cat eyes got this, yeah, jaguar. And what do if you look at the cat eyes, they got a slit, right? The slit the same as a snake, right? And they hiss. They hiss sometimes. Cat hiss, and they got the meow thing, right? Meow. But they really hissing, right? So this just tell you about the part, and the mammal part of them is they milk. They like milk, and they kittens drink on suck on their breasts, right? So these are the reptilian part of them is you see the slits in their eyes, right? And in the claws. The reptilian got claws. Like the alligators got claws. And they got slits for eyes, right? So they tell you that our new crossbreeded these beings. They tell you that our new crossbreeded these beings and create these beings as a pet source and as a spiritual giving them a spiritual consciousness. And these beings were brought here. A strand of these beings were brought here as part of Project Blue Rock, right? And that's why you got so many different species here. You got lions, tigers, bears, elephants, giraffes, humans, gorillas, spiders, insects, different types of insects, right? Thousands of types of insects, right? Because you got to understand, some of this stuff was engineered once they got here. And some of this stuff evoluted to a different type of thing as the time go on based on the climate, right? And so these beings, like I said, these lion beings are neutral beings, right? Spiritual beings who were created by Anu and was part of the new founding order, right? Anu's order, right? So, in the Lyra system, Anu set up the habitat, which we call Avion, right? A paradise planet. Pretty, man, with lakes, oceans and streams, and mountains, and hills, and valleys, and you know, and these beings, right? These beings are vegetarians, right? And when that's when they vibrate on their lower frequency, but when they vibrate at their high frequency, these beings can vibrate all the way up into 7, and some of them 8 density, right? Because these beings are royalty, right? Of Anu, right? They live on a planet called, right, Avion, which was created by Anu as a habitat for these beings, right? And these beings later on, because a war took place, right, which these beings' planet was damaged too during the war, and so these beings, Anu created a system called the Leo system, which is these beings' newfound kingdom, right? So we're gonna get into that though, right? Because these beings control the Leo, which is why you have a lion, Leo, for your symbol. So you think they just made that up top of their head or something, or got that from the shape of a star or something? No, man, these beings really exist. You know, upright, walking, feline beings, right? Who lived on a planet called, listen, Avion, in a Lyra star system, which is really Elion, the great galaxy on high, right? And these beings, look, to give you a description of what these beings look like, right? These beings range in between from 12 to 16 feet tall, man. And they lived in between to 20,000 years, in between 15 and 20,000 years old, man. Right? And they reincarnate 9 times before they start a fresh life. Which is why you got the cat has 9 lives, right? These beings reincarnate shell to shell 9 times before they start over fresh. Right? They never die, pretty much. Because these beings were created by Anu, right? For a purpose. Right? They have high psychic ability, meaning their mathematical skills were given to them by Anu, and they have higher psychic abilities. Because what you gotta understand about psychic abilities is a being that can do rapid mathematics in his head, right? You know, say 2 plus 2, right? Add 2 plus 2, right? It equals 4 fast in their head, right? Because all psychic abilities is a mathematical being who is able to use their mathematical skills based off of the data they're feeling. Because there's different type of psychic abilities. There are one type of psychic abilities based off mathematical abilities. Then there's another type of psychic ability which is based off of intuition. Right? And these beings have these type of ability, plus they're telepathic. Right? And they're very visual. They can see far, right? They can see far a long ways, right? And these beings can range in between 600 pounds to 1 ton, right? Cat-like slit eyes, like reptilian eyes. So we told you Anu used a reptilian trait and another mammal trait to make these beings, right? And these beings range from, right, green, gold, yellow, orange, right? And they range from, you know, just check the colors of the animals, of the felines down here. You get an idea where we're going with this thing, right? And these beings, I said a white man put out some information about these beings, saying the white tiger or the white lion is the most represented one about all. See, they study playing these games. And you know that's not true. You know the panther, right? The panther, right? And the lion being, man, look, the white beings do not control that. Them beings, that's so far from the truth, right? These beings are the same colors as the beings down here. When you see a white being, that's not normal, right? That's out of the whack, man. Right? A white tiger is out of the way. Go check out my tapes, man. Who are the Canaanites? Right? So white, to see something white is not normal. So these beings are playing games when they trying to lead you to the white side of things, telling you that the white beings of the white beings of these beings, right? Like the white tiger or the white lion is the leader of these beings. That's not true, man. The black being is the leader. The dark is the ancient people and respected on the Most High, right? The black cats, right? Which they took the black cat and tried to make it evil, right? And lose it in witchcraft, right? Try to put it with witches, right? Try to make it bad luck when a black cat crossed your tracks, right? But these black, the original beans that Anu created were color beans, brown, right? Like I say, ranging from black, brown, green, yellow, and orange. And these beans, it was 45. They have a council called the Council of 45, right? Called the Royal House of Avion, right? And these, like I say, going after the war, these beans, because they planted, took a very bad hit when it pretty much was, knocked out of orbit, and a whole bunch of things went down. So we had to do some repairs to their planet before they can go back to their home planet. So, but Anu ended up building these beings because he loved these beings so much. He built these beings their own star system called the Leo system. Right? We won't get into that, right? Because we're breaking this down, man. We're going in, right? Anu set up a 3-sun system: Utu, Utu, and Shamish. A red, the red, the blue, and the yellow sun. This is how we constructed Riz. And Riz sat in between two of the suns. It was the heart of the solar system, the 8th planet, right? The heart of that tri-solar system. Because like I told you, if you go back and get those other tapes, Galactic Intro Part 1 and Part 2 will tell you about tri-solar systems, binary systems, which are 2 stars, right? And you got a solar system, which is 1 single star. Then you got a binary system, which is 2 stars, because Zados Roticuli is a binary star system. Then you go into the 3-star system, like Sirius A, Sirius B, and Sirius C, right? Because they don't tell you about Sirius C, right? Which is a dog star. We're gonna get into that, right? Because we're going all the way back, because Sirius is the headquarters. Is where the headquarters is at. The news headquarters, right? And I'm about to get into it. Orion on the planet Riz. We eat 1 meal a day. But 1 day is 72 hours. And 72 hours is 3 years. 72 hours is 1 day. And 72 hours is 3 years, equivalent to your time. You try to put it in, I'm trying to put it into a frame where you can understand, and for 4 hours, we sleep 4 hours on Riz, out of the 4 hours, and this is the time when all the planets align. I mean, not the planets. This is the time when all the suns align: the red sun, the blue sun, and the yellow sun. All the yellow sun and the red sun get behind the blue sun for 4 hours in the period of the rotation, and it's the time that they call the rest period, where they sleep 4 hours. Then you got a time. So you understand the time, baby? Alright, 1 day is 72 hours. 72 hours is equivalent to 3 years. So we have 3 suns, right? The blue sun, 45 million miles away, called Utu. The red sun, 81 million miles, called Apsu, or Aptu, right? And a yellow sun, which is 27 million miles away, called Shamish. And these, Riz sits in the middle of these and rotate counterclockwise, around kind of like a, you ever see one of them toys? The new toys they hold and they spin? No, not a top, the new toys that the kids got. They hit them and they hold them in the middle of the hand and spin real fast. Yeah, spinner. Right? You see how that spinner spins? But imagine if that centerpiece was going interwoven like a braid around these things, around this Utu, the 3 suns. Okay, that's how Riz rotate, go around these 3 suns. So because we have 3 suns, equivalent to your 1, and these 3 suns create a tetrahedric energy, in the tetrahedric atmosphere on Riz, because Riz is made of solid quartz crystal, like we say, right? So, in your using your mathematical skills, how many days is in 72 hours on Riz? It's a mathematical question we put out. And we're gonna give you the answer. We're gonna get you to think. Use your head first. We want you to get to thinking. Use your head first.
Repeat it again.
How many days is on Riz for one day, which is 72 hours?
A day.
One day equals 72 hours, which is 3 years.
One day.
72 hours, which is 3 years.
So one day equals 3 years?
Yeah, so one day equals 3 years, which is 72 hours. So how many days is in each hour? That would be the next mathematical skill. Because we're dealing with extreme mathematics here, and we're trying to get you ready and to deal with this, right? Because we told you, if you go back and get them other tapes, now go back and get Galactic Intro Part 1, Galactic Intro Part 2, go back and get them other tapes, so you can deal with this mathematics, this stream of mathematics we're dealing with here. Because this ain't nothing right here. This type of mathematics ain't nothing. We go to the next level where we're dealing with light years, which is 6 trillion miles, right? Times, all right, like we say, Orion is 1,344 light years away. So you do 1,344 times 6 trillion. So you get do the math on that, you know. So we're dealing with that type. This is extreme mathematics here. We're dealing with. We're dealing with Riz and how Anu designed this thing. You know what I'm saying? As being the best design, pretty much. Because like I say, he drew the architect plans, build this place, moved his family here, right? And it had 19 planets, in this trial solar system, right? Called Ilium, which is located, like we say, in what the white man called Lyra, where the war took place at, right? So we're gonna get into it, and because there was 3 continents on Riz, right? But the one that the reptilians, the humanoid reptilians, who were created by Mother Hoover, right? Mother Hoover, right? The humanoid because Mother Hoover created a reptilian race. Then these reptilians mixed with these humanoid beings that lived on Saturn, thus creating a home base to be Titan, which was a moon, the so-called moon of Saturn. We're gonna get into that though, because we told you that we came here about 90 billion years ago after a war in Pegasus, right? Against the insects. Because we're gonna get into insects too, right? Because insects is taking over they run the Andromeda too, man. We're gonna get into that, right? Okay. So we live by 1 meal a day, which is 72 hours. With 72 hours is 3 years. So I'm trying to get you an overstanding on the time frame we're dealing with here. And we sleep 4 hours, right? And we eat 1 meal a day, which you should be eating 1 meal a day here. We eat 1 meal a day in the afternoon, right? And that's the mid after the mid part of the year. After the mid part of the day, right? After the mid part of the day, we eat this 1 meal in between 12 and 1 o'clock, right? Because you got to understand the extreme mathematics now, because you got to understand, I don't know if I lost a couple people on it, right? With the time frame we're dealing with, okay, I say this. Say from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, right? Baby? From 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, that's equivalent to 3 hours. So it's really 3 o'clock at 1 o'clock. Okay? Some people probably get that, man. Matter of fact, we gonna go, because that's too, but that's just extreme mathematics. I don't want to get into how the time frame on Riz, because it'll probably blow some people's brains out, man. You know what I'm saying? It'll probably blow your brain out trying to think on it. Do you think on that, baby?
So is it 216
days in 1 hour? Okay, let's go back. 1 day on Riz is 72 hours, which is equivalent to 3 years. 1 year is 365 days. So it'll be 365 times 3, right? Which will give you what? 1,095, right? Because 1,095 days, right? Days.
In a year.
And one day to them. And one day is 1,095 days.
No, you just said 365.
Okay, let's go back.
3.
Let's go back. Alright. One day on Riz is 72 hours.
Okay.
Which is equivalent to 3 years.
Okay.
Okay. How many days is in 1 year?
What you just said, 1,000.
Nah, how many days are in 1 year on Earth?
365.
365 times 3 is what? 1,095. Right? So it's 1,095 days in 1 day. It's 1,095 days for 1 day to them.
Say it one time.
1,095 days was 1 day to them because 1,095 days equals 1,095.
Our days is 1 day to them?
Yeah. Because 72 hours is equivalent to 3 years. And it's 3 years. It's equivalent to 1,095 days.
1,095 days got to go by in our time to equal that 1 day.
Yeah. On Riz. Some people gonna be lost on this time with this advanced classes now. We're going into advanced classes here. Well, you gotta know the screen mathematics now. So 72 hours, 1 day on Riz is 72 hours. Which is equivalent to 3 years.
Wow.
And 3 years, 1,095 and 3 years. So for 1 day, that's 1,095 days. So how many days would that be in 4 hours? Then we go to the next mathematical question. This is screen mathematics here we're dealing with. We're going to the next level. We're trying to get you overstanding the time frames that we're dealing with here. This is my 6th or 7th part. Because total recall, a screen level of mathematics, which was given to me by Anu himself. So I can go with because it's not, you gotta understand that that the Earth is only have 1 book of mathematics, which goes up to calculus, trigonometry, right, algebra, right. Astrophysics, which is not, they don't really consider that as mathematics. They got its own category for that. But that's the highest they go, which is one book. There's 99,999 books still left. Right?
What you mean still left?
The books that still left of mathematics. They don't know nothing about. That's why when they get a hold of the ships, of the gray ships, or these different bean ships, they can't even calculate the mathematics on it because it's another level. It's the next level. They try to reverse engineer, figure it out. They can't because it's on the next level, you know what I'm saying, of mathematics. Past this type of mathematics I'm trying to introduce you to here, which is called screen mathematics, where I'm giving you the time frames so you can go home and study and write these things down. Like we're gonna give it to you again. On 1 day on Riz is 72 hours, which is equivalent to 3 years. 3 years is 1,095 days. Is 1,095 days. If you take that and divide it by 72, then you get how many days in an hour on Riz. And then you get, the 4-hour deal. Like we told you, the blue sun, the red sun and the blue sun line up. I mean, pretty much. The yellow sun and the red sun line up behind the blue sun for 4 hours, where they create this this shadow hour, for lack of a better thing to call it, where we sleep for a period of 4 hours. Which is, once you break all these numbers down, then you'll get you get the feel of what we're doing with this thing, giving you this screen mathematics. And the beans on Riz can range from 9 to 10 feet tall. Right? Pretty much between 6 and 9 foot tall. They have woolly like hair, real thick woolly like hair. The men, they got the beards. They can range greenish, reddish, olive tone colors. Right? And when they eat, in the eating period, after they eat, in another period, in these 3 years, they transform into etheric beings, right? For 8 hours. Transform into these etheric beings for 8 hours, where they, they go to and study the higher sciences. Because on a planet, they go to school for 22,000 years.